Hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling the radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. We're going to kick off the show today all the way from the island of Yap. Yes, deep in the South Pacific. We have Bill Aker from Manta Ray Diver. It's been a while, Bill. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Greg. This is amazing. I was with you for the first time a few weeks ago, and now I'm back. Thank you so much for having
you
me.
had so much to share last time. I was like, we got to get this guy back on the air because, you know, he was teasing me a little bit about this Manta Fest event and Blackwater Fest. I mean, all the fests are happening in Yap right now. So I figured let's bring him back and talk a little bit more in depth and find out a little bit more about that. So you have a couple guests with you on the island of Yap today, right?
Yes, Greg. Thank you so much. I've got two very special guests. First off, we have David Fleetum, underwater photographer extraordinaire from Maui, Hawaii.
Nice.
He's the photographer of the only underwater photograph that ever appeared on the cover of Life magazine. He's been on over 200 other magazine covers, and his photographs are reproduced thousands of times a year around the world. So this guy knows his stuff, and he's been to Yap many times, and he was a presenter for Manta Fest.
Let's talk to David right now, and then we'll talk a little bit about the Blackwater Fest. So David Fleetum, Life magazine, that must have been a pretty big deal, was it, or what?
Oh, life-changing, yeah. It's all been downhill ever since then.
Just spent the last few weeks in Yap. Life can't be that bad, you think?
Yap is just one of my favorite places. Yeah, I've been here for about a month now, and when we get done here, we're jumping in the water and diving again.
Okay, so you were a presenter at Manifest this year, which this was the 16th year this event's been going on the island of Yap. Is that right?
Yeah, I've been here for many of those Manta Fests, including the last one in 2019. Yeah, one of my favorite things to attend.
So you're presenting pictures, or are you instructing the visitors that are joining you there at Manifest on how to get better shots of the mantas during Manifest, or what?
Yeah, we go diving with the guests. And it's not just myself. There are photographers from around the world, the professionals that come and help out at Manta Fest. So we go diving with the guests, and then we come back, and every afternoon there's a presentation on how to improve your photo skills. And then we go over with the guests images, and the idea is that they leave here with better shots than they were taking on the first day.
You need a pro that's done this a few times. So you've been to Manta Fest for many years, and maybe some of your students will pick up a tip or two to make their manta pictures just a little bit better. But you've been doing it so long, are you seeing the same animals? Like you recognize one year after year for Manta Fest, or what?
Here in Yap, it is just such a unique place. I mean, long before Manta Fest, I've been coming here for 25 years, and the reefs are just in amazing shape compared to other places like Hawaii, where I've lived for 37 years and sort of gradually have seen the reefs decline. And in Yap, I have not seen that. It's just such a pristine place. It's great to dive here.
Well, that's great to hear. What is the reason for that? Just because it's a little bit more out of the way? Why are they able to maintain their reef system better than other places in the world, you figure?
It's just a small population here and extensive system of reefs. And I mean, in the big picture, there's not a lot of divers that make it here.
Yeah.
Highly recommended.
Well, it's one of those out of the way places. It takes you a little bit to get there, but well worth the effort. It sounds like, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's
I mean-
not that hard to get to either. I mean, they have plenty of air service now. You can get there from the west coast of the states pretty easily. A hop or two,
once,
right?
Once you get to Guam, that's sort of the hub for Micronesia, and then it's just a short plane ride over here. So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. And so how many animals are we talking that you guys see generally on a manifest? 20 or 10 or?
You're talking mantas. There's way more in Yap besides mantas.
Well, of course, yeah.
This past Manta Fest, a day didn't go by where some group did not encounter a manta at some point. So it's been great. But there's an amazing shark dive here with gray reef sharks and black tips, and Yap Caverns at the south end of the country is really a cool dive site where converging currents just bring all sorts of life. We were there a couple days ago, and as we're getting in the water, dolphins were going by. So
Nice. Yeah, so the mantas get all the attention worldwide. Yap is known for mantas, let alone Manta Fest. But like you said, they kind of overshadow all the diversity that you have there on the islands, it sounds like, which leads us to the next fest. These were back to back. They had the Manta Fest, and then you had the Blackwater Fest. And Mike Bartek, he's the guy behind that. Mike, what can you tell us about Blackwater Fest?
Well, Blackwater Fest is a new thing we started this year. We're hoping to make it an annual event. Blackwater, we like to get out and dive every night. We leave the docks around 7, usually back about 2. And,
Wow.
Do one day dive with mantas, which is awesome. I mean, sharks and mantas in the morning, and then, Blackwater at night. And basically just coming out to explore some of the deep water in the area and get some kind of showing of deep water larval migrations of different zooplanktons and things. It's been great. It's been really supportive. It takes a team, a tribe really, to run this kind of operation at night, and a lot of cooperation and planning. And Bill's been putting this together for quite some time, and the staff's very supportive in making that happen.
Yeah,
So
well,
it's-
in Blackwater Fest, this is the first year that you guys did it in Yap.
Yeah.
But you've been doing this a few years in other places on the planet, or what?
Yeah, I do it all over the world. I started a Facebook group called the Blackwater Photo Group that is very popular, and everybody can post in the group. So we've been able to watch that group that started out as just a conversation, really, between myself and my friends in Florida who do Blackwater. We watched that group grow from like 12 people to almost 40,000.
Wow.
At the same time, the popularity of Blackwater diving has seized, and you see it in all the different photo contests now. And Blackwater diving is an important part of diving. I think a lot of divers miss the whole ecology thing. They're looking at big animals, they're looking at reefs. But, when the dive's over, they swim up to the boat and get out of the water, and they miss the big picture. The big picture is all the planktons that are drifting around.
Right.
And usually when you mention plankton, people fall asleep immediately.
They look like aliens. Closest thing to having a close encounter is doing one of these Blackwater dives.
That's exactly right. We know more about space and invest more in space than we do in the ocean. And, there's just so much to know. It's just never ending.
Creepy and cool. This is the season. We're in October. Almost, so it's a Halloween type of thing you want to put on the list. But I love it. Manta Fest, Blackwater Fest, all happening on the island of Yap. Now, they just wrapped up for this year. Of course, if you want to check them out for next year, you need to start planning accordingly with Bill Aker and the gang there, mantaray.com. And you guys are coming back for next year, I assume. Is that right, Mike and David?
Most likely.
Yeah. Okay. If Bill will have you, I guess it depends
Yeah.
on how it wraps up here at the end of your run.
David is already confirmed for Manifest 2024.
Okay.
And Mike is looking at his schedule, and hopefully Mike will be here too.
Oh, I love it. Well, we'll have to get together at the DEMA show in New Orleans and see if we can bring Scuba Radio along for the event next year, too. Great stuff. Guys, you're in paradise. I'm very envious, as well as anyone else listening right now, and look forward to joining you there on Island in the future.
Great.
Thank you very
Thanks for
much,
having us.
Greg.
Yeah, perfect.
Good stuff. Okay, so Mike Bartek, he's the Blackwater diving specialist. You can check out his website at saltwaterphoto.com. Obviously, there's more than just Blackwater diving on his website. That's Mike Bartek. And then David Fleetum, check out his website, davidfleetum.com. As simple as that. And, of course, if you want to go to the island of Yap, and who doesn't? I mean, it's the land of stone money. It has all these manta rays, Manta Fest, Blackwater Fest. Check out Bill Aker and the gang. They're at mantaray.com, and that will get you to their website and how you can book your accommodations and your dive adventures and everything you could ever imagine on the island of Yap. That's pretty cool. All right, we got more coming up on the world's first radio show devoted to diving. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Bula! You'll hear that a lot when you visit Fiji. It's more than a greeting. It's the spirit of this friendly country. With 333 islands, white sand beaches, and year-round tropical warmth, it's hard not to feel happy at this exceptional dive destination known as the soft coral capital of the world. Fiji Airways has a modern fleet of aircraft to take you to Fiji in style and at great prices. Contact your travel agent now or go to FijiAirways.com and plan your Fijian dive adventure. That's FijiAirways.com.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, no, Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Hey, baby, what's going down?
Later, nerd.
Are you lacking with the ladies?
Nope.
Enhance your scuba superpowers with a new Scuba Radio hat.
Wow, nice hat.
Just picked it up at ScubaRadio.com.
Buy 2 Scuba Radio hats and get free shipping.
Need a dive buddy, sexy?
Always. And I got a Scuba Radio hat for you, too.
New Scuba Radio hats are now available at ScubaRadio.com. So cool. Order yours today. Or stay a loser.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Hi, this is Garbus.
Beep, 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 yeah.
I will be your taxi driver on the island of Saba. Till I see you on the island of women, please keep listening to Scuba Radio. Now here's a guy I've taken around the island many times. Greg the Dive Master. He is a sexy man.
Garvis, this is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, and I'm kind of sad because Garvis passed away last week, and I just want to give a little shout out to him and his family, the Explorer Ventures crew. He was kind of the point person on the island of Saba, the island of women, and Garvis was a very friendly face to see every time we visited that beautiful island on the Caribbean Explorer 2. So it's sad to hear that he has passed away, and we're thinking of him, his friends and family, and like I said, he was a big point person for the island of Saba for the folks at Explorer Ventures. So, it is a sad day in that regard. But man, what a great guy, and his memory will live on. Rest in peace, my friend. And we're gonna move on. Simple as that. CJ and even Bubble Boy with us in the studio today, which is a nice change of pace because, Bubble Boy's had his challenges the last few weeks. It's good to see you back, my friend.
It's great to be back, man.
Yes. Now, you picked a very interesting day to come back, for the record, because, last week we had a lot of stuff going on with the first world premiere of the latest Scuba Radio movie. And
it was the trailer.
It was the trailer. Yeah, just the trailer.
The whole movie.
We got to tease it for the holiday season. And it was Dive Hard. If you haven't heard it, go back and listen to last week's show. You'll catch it. We played the trailer a couple times. It's out there on the interwebs now. And I'll tell you, the reaction was remarkable. I could not believe.
Oh, I thought you were going to say lukewarm.
No. It was huge. I mean, I was blown away. People really love the idea of having Cock Johnson and Bruce Willis team up for a dive-themed action movie just in time for the holidays called Dive Hard, right? It was awesome. I was blown away. I was very surprised, the reaction, CJ. Now, were you? Being this was pretty much your acting debut as Cock Johnson in a full, action blockbuster, pretty much, right?
You know when you got something special.
I
thought it would do well.
Yeah, did you really?
But I had no idea.
I thought it was going to go down in flames. I thought it was going to be a total disaster. But,
I do expect that I'm going to have to go ahead and get a tux.
Yeah, I think you should because
I smell an Oscar.
Immediately following last week's show, Hollywood called and they said, "Hey, we have greenlit your part 2."
Do we have to fly there first? Are they going to give me a star on the Walk of Fame?
It could happen. I don't know, but so we when we came up with this idea, we kind of thought it would end up being a trilogy, and so Hollywood
That's the vision.
Has already greenlit Dive Hard 2. Dive Harder. Check this out.
From Scuba Radio Studios comes the never-anticipated blockbuster of the fall, Dive Hard 2. Dive Harder. I'm back. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
This is me, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I just said that.
In case you forget, I'll be checking back with you.
And also starring Cock Johnson.
Arnold.
What do you want?
Come on, do the thing we practiced.
Who is my daddy, and what does he do?
Cock Johnson's my name.
Give me a break.
And diving's my game.
You idiot!
This coming from Gonad the librarian.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Okay.
I want to know what's going on, and I want to know right now.
Well, it's like this, Arnie. Our buddy's missing.
Why?
He took off from the flag, and now we have to find him.
I can be bothered with that.
Come on, Terminator. Don't be an ass.
Why not?
We need your help with a search for a dive buddy.
Who is it this time?
Jerry the diver guy.
Jamie?
No, Jerry. His name is Jerry.
Say it again.
Jerry! Look, we need to start looking.
In approximately 1 hour.
What?
1 night.
Well, hopefully it won't take all night.
1 second.
Are you messing with me?
Yes!
Okay, come on. Let's get geared up.
Wait. Hold on.
What now?
My sunglasses were damaged.
Who gives a crap about your sunglasses?
Bastard.
We need to find Jerry.
Stop whining.
You big dumbass. Stop screwing around.
You think I'm funny, huh? You think I'm funny?
No. It's just we need to get in the water.
Absolutely. This time you can count on me.
Hey, guys, I surfaced early because I had to hit that head.
You are disgusting.
Well, y'all know how it is. All you can eat chimichangas last night.
I really appreciate your honesty.
Yeah, I hear you. Some people think it's funny, but...
Don't be ridiculous.
Anyway, who's hungry?
I'm hungry.
Well, where do y'all want to eat at?
Miami.
Or I could cook up a few of these lobster tails.
You should not drink and bake.
It's fine. I do it all the time.
Be a drunk bitch.
I prefer the term refreshments.
You lack discipline.
Well, you lack a brain.
Guys, come on. Don't fight.
Oh, you want to with me? You're a choir boy compared to me. A choir boy.
Who you calling a choir boy? Anyway, let's eat. My stomach's rumbling.
But I hope you leave enough room for my fist because I'm going to ram it into your stomach and break your damn spine.
Arnold, that's not nice. What do you say to Jerry?
I'm sorry.
That's better. Where are we going next?
Maybe someplace warm. I need to work on my tan anyway.
Don't miss Dive Hard 2. Dive Harder. Watch for the third movie in the trilogy when Arnold says,
one of us is in deep trouble.
Okay, that's that. You know what? I usually the second movie in the trilogy is not as good, but I got a feeling that one might just be better than the first.
3 words.
What?
Blockbuster.
That's 2.
Whatever.
Or actually, blockbuster is 1 word.
The grammar police.
Okay, we won't let Cock Johnson write his own press releases for the release of Dive Harder. But regardless, I was impressed. Now, Scuba Radio, Scuba Squad, just heard this for the first time as well. Barry the Bugger, what do you think, Barry? 2 fins up? What do you think?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, that was fabulous.
All right. Casey the Tobacco Nut, what do you think? Would you watch it? Dive Harder?
I need an extra large tank of air because it'll probably watch it twice.
Okay, I don't know what that means. Vinny
I think
Two
he liked
Tanks.
it.
Okay, we'll go with that. Vinny, 2 tanks. I saw him. He was like rolled over.
This is like a test screen.
I got to
think.
tell you.
Yeah.
I got to tell you. I think that's the best one you've ever done.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Look at that. Well,
I thought it was perfectly timed right.
That quote
And
is going
funny.
on the poster.
It's the best one we've ever done out of 2. So, okay.
Well,
and
it's
then,
lucky. It's lucky you got some of those unemployed writers that are on strike here.
yeah, that's right. He's out there in Hollywood. He was helping us out there, Vinny. And then, of course, Jerry the Diver Guy is tickled pink. He's living so large, he's out on the golf course. He's like, hey, I've hit the big time.
What are you doing, chasing balls?
I'm out playing with clubs and balls.
Yeah, okay.
Wash your balls.
He's living the big life because he thinks he's a big old movie star now, and he's out on the golf course today while we do the show. It's how they roll. When it happens when you hit big. All right, we're coming up. Stay close.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer. And Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Peregrine is a simple, full-color, multi-gas dive computer. It's also the most economical Shearwater dive computer released to date. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
Do you have a message or a product that you'd like to share with the diving world? Well, look no further than Scuba Radio. Just like you, thousands of diving enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to ScubaRadio.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
Prepare to rig for dive.
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Chain up the doors and light the ceiling on fire. It's time for Shark Party.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. That's a thing. We haven't even incorporated any shark action into our movies
yet.
Of Dive Hard or Dive Harder, which we just had the world premiere of the trailer, which, by the way, are all 3 movies of the trilogy going to be released for the holidays?
Oh, yeah.
So we're just going to blow them all out because we figure as soon as they're released worldwide, they're going to go straight to video.
You got to strike while the iron's hot.
All right, maybe, we got to, work the streaming services. I will tell you what's worked against us since last week when we announced the first movie, because the whole idea was like, Hollywood's putting out all this crap because the writers are on strike. Well, they solved the writer strike. And the reason we came up with this idea in the first place is like, well, they're putting out all this other garbage out of Hollywood right now because they don't have anything better than like the Black Demon or, I don't know, Cocaine Bear, all this stupid crap that's out on the streaming services. And I mean, it's just garbage. It's like, hey, we can produce garbage just as good as that garbage.
Yeah, that's what gave us the idea to do.
Yeah, that's what inspired us in the first place. Dive Hard.
Shark Face.
Oh, that's right.
That was the first movie.
Oh, that is so true. That is so true. But anyway, so I guess they resolved the writer strike this week.
So what? They'll still put out crap.
Okay, so we don't have anything to worry about?
No,
We'll
I don't
still
think
fit
so.
in? Okay. Barry the Bugger, what say you? What do you think?
You still need actors, so we're available for cheap.
Well, we had Jerry the Diver Guy.
You were in the first
Dive
one.
Harder.
I know.
You're trying to weasel into the third?
And then we had Cock Johnson.
Well, you have to bring them all together at the end.
No, you don't.
Well, it depends on what kind of climax we want to have in the
I beg your pardon.
Well, I haven't showed up in one yet, but I think I should kill off Barry.
Oh, thanks.
Well,
I mean,
maybe
it could happen.
Yeah, there could be some kind of infighting amongst the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad that, I don't know, Bruce Willis, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Scuba Squad, Scuba
Yeah.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Do it.
Squabble.
A squabble.
Squabble.
A Scuba Radio, Scuba Squad squabble. I like
Scuba Radio, Scuba Squad. Scuba Squabble.
Scubacidal maniac.
Join us for part 3 as we try to pronounce. Okay.
And he eats cashews.
And so it'll be
Cashews.
Dive Hard 3. Dive harder.
Dive harderer.
Dive harderer.
Scuba squabbles.
Okay.
Well, now who's drunk with that one? Dive harder.
But what do you mean? That's just it's part 3, Jerry. Yeah, keep it up. We're going to kill you.
It's hard.
We're going to have Jerry.
Harderer.
Maybe in part 3, the opening scene, Jerry, the diver guy, gets eaten by a shark.
Or he gets strangled by a giant octopus.
And they want to kill the shark, but no, Cock Johnson jumps in. Don't blame the shark. He's just doing his job. He's performing a public service for the world. You know, you could stand up for the...
I think he's being strangled by a giant squid.
Yeah.
And I come down, put him out of his misery.
Stingray barb to the heart.
Slit his throat with my dive knife.
Wait, what, Jerry?
Yeah.
Okay.
That way he's not slowly crushed to death and ingested.
Gee, I love you too, CJ. Dang.
I mean, he doesn't really love you.
That's the humane option.
Yeah. Hey, I think you ought to go in.
All the great movies have somebody important dying in them.
Well, right. So we could kill off Jerry the diver guy, and Cock Johnson come in and save the animal. And instead of save the Jerry the diver guy, save the animal that is attacking him.
Yeah,
and just
the squid
doing
gets away
the
clean.
world, a favor.
Squid gets his meal.
Yeah. And the squid gets to live. And, carry on for another day for divers to enjoy in the underwater world.
Yes, there is an environmental
message.
Yeah.
I like this. I think we're on to something. Now, we do got to figure out how
that's a good opening act. And then we got to resolve. We need an arc.
Right.
We need a story arc.
There's Vinny Two Tanks and Casey the Tobacco Nut. What would he do with those guys?
Well, a lot of it hinges on who our action star will be. We've had Stallone. We've had
Bruce Willis. And Dive Hard.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
And Dive Harder. And Dive Harder.
We are reaching out. And we're going to see who's around that
we have
still
some ideas.
Wants to work.
Another action hero type of a big A-list celebrity. We have some in mind, but we got to incorporate Casey the Tobacco Nut, Vinny Two Tanks, and Bubble Boy. We got to, maybe it's they're in a three-way dive group.
Three-way.
And
you sicko.
And they something goes horribly wrong, and Cock Johnson is called to save them from some incident or whatever. I don't know. And we got to kind of, this is how we did it the first one. And look, we came away with Dive Hard, and then we came up with Dive Harder. So I mean, if we flush out the idea right now on the show, I think we'll be ready. Well, it kind of goes.
Flesh it out.
Flush it out. Flush it down. As divers do.
I can't tell what he's saying. Sounds like a cross between flesh and flush.
Flush. There you go.
I still
That's
don't
what
know.
you do.
He was like right down the middle.
Right. And so look, I am going to take executive producing, rights on this, on all these films.
That means you front all the money. That's what an executive
I'm going to be
is.
the James Cameron of these productions because, I kind of look like him. And by the way,
we're going to need a little more than $200 this time.
No,
I don't think we can do it on that.
Well, it depends if we have Barry's credit card. Again.
That's just my bar tab.
That's his limit.
That's just my bar tab for one night.
Yeah, I know.
If you knew how much limit there was on that card,
you
would be a lot nicer.
We found out what it was. We tried to exceed it, but it wouldn't let us pass the $200 mark. So it is what it is. But look,
run it to $200 either way.
Well, that's what I just said. So anyway, here's what we're gonna do. Because I'm going to take inspiration from James Cameron, who, by the way, released a story. There was an interview that came out this last week or two about him when he was filming The Abyss. And so I have to come up with some kind of antidote like James Cameron if I'm going to be the executive producer of Dive Hard.
You mean
Dive
to
Hard.
make your life seem interesting?
Yeah. When the paparazzi comes and asks all the questions, you got to have some kind of anecdotal, story about, what happened during filming. His story was during the abyss, he almost died. He was at 30 feet underwater filming, and they had, these full face mask things, and his air supply got cut off. He got tangled up in something, and so they had to come get him, and the rescue diver on site came and gave him a regulator, but the stuff hadn't been maintained properly. And remember, this is like 30 years ago, right? So something didn't work right, and the rescue diver gave him his octopus, and he said he inhaled, and it was all water. Inhaled again, water again. And the diver was, didn't want to let him go to the surface so he wouldn't embolize. He would want to, hey, calm down. So he's holding on to him, not letting him go to the surface. But the rescue diver does not realize he is not getting air. He thinks he's getting air, but the octo was not working.
Look, no bubbles.
So what did James Cameron do? He punched the diver in the face, and the diver released him, and he got to the surface and survived. And
you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, he punched the rescue diver to get loose, and that's how he survived. So he shared this story during an interview this week about what happened during the filming of The Abyss. There was all kinds of challenges they had back in the day. So I got to come up with some a story. I got to come up with a story. So when the press asked me what was it like to film Dive Hard, Dive Harder, and Dive Harder,
Just make up some crap.
Well, okay, help me out here, bro. What do you think?
What kind of story do you want?
Well, something that's life-threatening that makes me sound like a superhero kind of deal would probably be appropriate.
You got raped by a manatee.
No. It was a narwhal. All right, more coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
If you want to be a member of the Scuba Squad, you have to be smart.
I could be in the Scuba Squad?
Well, sure. All you have to do is work hard. And don't tell a soul about the Scuba Squad, because then everybody's going to want to join.
I woke up this morning with a big old smile. And I've been thinking it might stay with me a while. Today is all about the things I love to do. One of them is spending time down in the blue. Gonna pack up all our scuba gear, find a spot where the water's clear. Call up all my diving friends. Plan is getting wet, let's see who's in. Man, it feels so good to be alive. I just wanna dive. I just wanna die.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. That's the Scuba Cowboy. You will be doing the soundtrack for Dive Hard, Dive Harder, and Dive Harder, I believe. We haven't got him to confirm just yet, but I think we can get him.
Man,
what do you think? Man,
I don't mean to criticize on the air.
What?
But dude,
what?
You just stepped all over that guitar solo.
What are you talking about? No, I didn't.
You started running your mouth right at the good part.
What are you talking about?
The song "I Just Want to Dive."
Yeah.
Got to the guitar solo, and then you start yapping.
Well, it's the instrumental. That's the part you're supposed to talk over.
No.
Yes.
This ain't top 40.
We're not playing the whole song. If you want to order the song,
you got to
go to
Kasem?
thescubacowboy.com and buy the song.
Is Don on the phone?
No, he is not.
Also, I want to know where are those pictures I was supposed to receive.
I don't know what you're talking about. You're making
time.
no sense whatsoever.
Somebody can make a concerted effort.
Right.
Come out of a record.
Hey, coming up in hour 2, we're going to check in with the island of islands of Fiji and talk to someone from Nukabuki.
I'm sorry?
Nukabuki Resort.
There's no way in hell you're pronouncing that correctly.
Nukabuki. We're going to find out if that's how you say it. But Lara,
You know what I heard?
join us,
Nookie booty.
No, that's not. I know that's not correct.
Please say that. I'm trying to plant the seed.
You better be nice
Nookie
because
booty.
it could very well be the backdrop for Dive Hard 3. And we could film it on the island. On
Diving
in
in paradise.
Yeah. And then all goes south on us. So that could happen. But anyway, that's going to be hour 2.
Actually, that would just be way west.
What do you mean?
Never mind.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. Try to keep up.
No, I can't do that. I got things to focus on.
Anyway.
All right, so I
Do we have
wanted
a
to
producer
throw something
for the
out to the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad today, which I'm not sure if any of you guys are aware. But there was a story I came across this week talking about Russian divers. Now, first off, I might be the only person as part of our crew that has dove with Russian divers. Have you ever had a Russian dive buddy there, CJ?
I don't
Bubble
believe
Boy?
so.
No.
Yeah. What about you, Casey? You ever dove with some Russians? Not
Nope, can't say it I have. No.
Barry is shaking
Not
his
that I
head.
know
No.
of.
If
Vinny?
I did, they were spies, and they were really good at American accents.
Aha. I did.
So I probably have dove with Russian
Now,
spies.
I had some Russian dive buddies with me when I dove in the islands of the Maldives. And there was a couple that was about my same age. And we met on the boat and had some great conversations. And they were good divers. I didn't have any problem with them. And we got along quite well. But there is a stereotype about Russian divers being a little bit loosey-goosey with the dive skills and education.
In what way?
Well, they're accused of being wild. Like they don't abide by the rules that we are used to.
Like they think they're Neil Watson.
Maybe, because Neil, he basically,
tank. Who needs a tank?
Right. Yeah. He kind of basically set the threshold for what not to do. But he did it before people knew better.
Suka.
But now that we know better, there's a reputation Russian divers have that was pointed out in this article that they're a little, rough. You got to be careful if you got Russian divers on the boat. Now, I don't know that that's fair. Because, like I said, my experience with Russian divers has been very positive. Now, I have heard people talk about, divers.
I mean, you can't label everybody like that.
Well, no.
Jesus, what did the article say?
Well, it just said they weren't paying attention. They were diving way too deep, getting bent, and
you could say that about a lot of Americans too.
Well, you could, but I mean, it is. I believe it's a pretty strong stereotype that people have of Russian divers.
Well,
and
that's only because they don't know.
No, it may be, or it's just the way they were trained or not trained properly, in Russia. But I will tell you, like some of the people in the dive industry that run charters and things like that are definitely put on the alert if they find out they have Russian divers on board, because they have a tendency to do what they want to do, despite what you tell them and what the limits are and what they're supposed to abide by. They have a tendency to kind of just do whatever the heck they want, and could create problems for everybody.
Okay, I have a question.
Rules. Who needs rules? We make up our own rules.
Okay, that sounds like he's making fun.
I have a
And that is
question,
not the point.
Greg.
Go ahead, Casey. What?
The associations that govern us in diving, are they in Russia, or does Russia have its own certification?
I have no idea. And, I mean, and that's the thing. I guess I'm throwing it out there to find out if you guys have heard any of this. You're all looking at me like I'm on Mars, so I'm assuming no. Now, Vinny Two Tanks
We're
is
not
with
as
us.
plugged into the industry.
Vinny,
as
have you ever dove with any Russian dive buddies over the years? Have come across any, Russian divers? And
no, not yet.
No, okay. See, but like I said, I have talked to dive operators who oh God, if we got a group of Russians on board, we got to be extra careful.
I'll tell you who you do want to dive with.
Yeah, who?
Brazilian women.
Brazilian swimsuit models?
Ladies.
Okay, there's
Been
that.
there, done that.
All right. And,
Well,
they may be just
there
as
was
uninformed as far as diving as
That's
as
okay.
these-
We'll help them.
Well, okay. So you're a little bit more open to lending assistance, is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
If it's Russians, let them do what the heck they want to do.
I don't know. The Ukraine, never
What-
mind.
Well,
Greg,
I
how
was
do you-
going to do the line from the Beach Boys, and I realized, oops, there's a war.
Too soon.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's just leave that one lie. But yeah,
Ukraine girls really knocked me
just so
out.
we're clear, I'm just throwing it out there. There was an article that was published about, our Russian divers as dangerous as they say. That kind of attitude.
Only if you're a U.S. diplomat.
And I don't know that I necessarily agree with it, but it's something to be aware of if you haven't heard of it, which sounds like our crew really isn't. Barry, what did you find? What do you
I
think?
found that there is a listing of top scuba dive shops in Russia. I can get more information from that.
Why don't you call them, Barry?
What's your home number again?
Okay, what are you trying to do? Solve this problem by telling the
Well,
Russian divers to get better trained, or
I'm trying
or
to
what?
find out. I'm trying to find out if they have any type of training organization like
oh,
we
sure
do here.
they do. I'm sure they do.
But you don't know what they are.
I don't know what they are, but and what I'm saying is that there's this stereotype that if they're Russian divers, you got to be careful with them because they have a tendency to be a little more loose when it comes to abiding by the rules that everybody else goes with. Now, like I
Okay,
said,
well, I have a theory.
okay,
They're also really drunk, but
okay, there's that theory. Yeah.
I think some of the certifying agencies,
Mhm.
like Patty and ISS and all those,
Yeah.
may translate over to Russia because we're in all the other different countries that we go to.
Yeah.
But maybe the translation, it loses something in the translation.
Okay,
that-
something's been lost in translation with the Russian diver. Maybe. Maybe it's hogwash. I don't know.
Hogwarts.
Yes. No, I say treat them all equally, but just be on the lookout if that's what you encounter when it comes to our Russian dive buddies out on the dive.
Spreading lies.
I'm not spreading them, just making people aware of what people are saying. All right, hour 2 is on deck. Stay close. We got more coming up on the world's first radio show devoted to diving for all peoples.
If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio. Let's go!
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.
Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling your radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome to Hour 2 of the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ and Bubble Boy are in the studio with me. We got Casey the Tobacco Nut, Vinny Two Tanks, Barry the Bugger, and even Mermaid Kelly is part of the Scuba Radio Squad connected via the web today. But before we get up to date with them, and actually have some big news about the upcoming DEMA show to share with everybody. It's happening in New Orleans the middle of November. We're going to connect with the islands of Fiji. And we have Lara with us right now from Nukubati. Nukubati. Lara, welcome to Scuba Radio. How do you say it exactly?
Hola, Greg. Thank you. It's Nukumbati.
Nukumbati.
But I don't know. I like the sound Nukubuti.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Could make a song out of it.
You definitely could. It'd probably get a
from Nickelback.
It would probably get a parental advisory notice on it. But regardless, it's there's not a bad resort on the island or in the islands of Fiji that we've been to, and we've been to quite a few. Now we have not been to yours, and that's what I want to find out a little bit about what you guys offer. Now you guys are. Vanalevu is the main island. There's two big islands in Fiji. You're on Vanalevu. Isn't that the one where they're filming the Survivor shows on, or do I got them mixed up?
Yeah. I think they did a Survivor set last year or sometime recently.
Yeah. So they're doing a bunch of Survivor shows there in the Fijian Islands.
Yes.
But your resort is an eco luxury resort. So describe what that means exactly, Lara. What do you guys do?
Yes, correct. Well, we were actually the first resort to run on solar power when we opened, which was back in 1990. So my dad, I don't know, I guess he was before his time, he decided to run Nukumbati on solar power. And he actually built the system from scratch, because you couldn't buy solar back in 1990.
Right.
You kind of had to be an inventor and create it yourself. So, yeah. And it was really because we were in such a remote area of Fiji. We were in an area that has no power, no water. So we basically built ourselves to be self-sufficient. So we run on solar power, we collect all our water from the rain, and we grow all our food, which we serve to our guests. So we practice farm to fork.
I love it. And like you said, it came out of necessity, not necessarily an environmental concern, but that obviously went hand in hand. And I'm sure people respond quite well to that when they visit the resort. And being that it is pretty remote, it's easy to get to as far as with Fiji Airways. You can get to Nukubati, And I'm going to just spell it for everybody so they can make sure they can find it online. Nukubati. A resort.
Yeah. Nukubati.
No, that's not correct. Laura, say it one more time. I just want to make sure we get it.
Nukumbati.
Nukumbati. See, she's throwing that Fijian accent in there.
Sounds like an M in there. So.
I got my Fijian accent.
Well, I love it. And, everybody...
Hola.
We've been to a few resorts, like I said, throughout Fiji before. We haven't been to yours, but the one thing that stands out beyond the world-class diving that they offer at all the different places, and yours has to be quite special in that regard, being that it is very remote and off the beaten path, so to speak. But it is easy to get to, but it's the people. So you have the same thing. Is there like a local village that helps you guys out, run the resort and that kind of thing, like most of the other Fijian resorts out throughout the islands there in Fiji?
Yes, we are connected with 3 local villages, and they're really part of our family.
Yeah.
We do a lot of community work with them, and really basically as a business, when we grow, we want to see our community grow. So that's really our mission and what we strive for every day.
Yeah, and that is what makes Fiji just stand out from all other dive destinations that you may visit. CJ, what do you think?
I have a question for Laura, if I may.
Yeah.
I really wish Jerry wasn't off screwing around on the golf course right now, but how is your resort fixed for masseuses?
Ah, good point. Yeah, you're one of those. It's eco luxury, so you have massage therapists on site.
Do they slap you around with palm fronds?
Well, only if you ask them, right, Laura?
Only if you ask.
Yes,
yeah, we've got those special requests, but but yeah, you can get massage. We do them on the beach. We have a massage bure. So
I love it.
Anywhere.
It will make your surface interval quite enjoyable. I mean, that's the thing.
Because Greg has a special request that he's a little embarrassed about.
Which is?
I've seen you put this down before that you would prefer to be whipped on your hiney with ping pong paddles.
Wrong. That is. Don't listen to him, Laura. He's making stuff up. He's probably been drinking. He's not diving today, and it's happy hour here in the States. So I apologize for him.
He must be speaking from experience.
Yeah, it's either that or he's had too much kava. He might be.
We travel a
having
lot.
a kava flashback.
We
or
travel
something.
a lot. I see things whether I want to or not.
Yes, true. Now let's talk about the diving, Laura. So you're a diver yourself. I mean, I see the picture behind you that is superimposed there for YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch today. If you're watching us, but that looks beautiful. Turquoise, clear water. That's pretty typical of the Fijian Islands. And what can you expect to see if you're diving off your resort there, Nukumbati?
Yeah, so Nukumbati.
Yes.
Yeah, well, we're located inside the third largest barrier reef system, which is the Great Sea Reef. And the Great Sea Reef, it stretches over 220 kilometers long. So it's quite vast. There's lots to see. But basically, we are famous for our diversity in tropical fish species. So you're going to see lots and lots of fish.
Did you hear that? They have a diver city.
Yeah.
Jerry would love that place.
Oh, I do love that.
Yeah, no, I'm just ignore me, Laura. But a lot of the reefs are teeming with fish. You get big critters too, or is it just depend on the day, or what?
No, we have our big critters, our manta rays.
Oh, okay.
Lots of sharks because of the fish. We get lots of sharks. So
love it.
You can see the typical reef sharks, but we get bulls, we get hammerheads,
wow.
We have oceanic white tip sharks.
Ooh.
You got it all. I love the sound of this.
Yeah.
And it's very it's remote, but it's fairly easy to get to. So you fly into Nandi from the States, right?
Absolutely.
On Fiji Airways.
Yes.
And then is it just one flight to the other island in your resort or what?
Yeah, so you can connect easily onto a flight to Lambasa.
Yeah.
That's only a 45-minute flight, and then we collect you from Lambasa Airport. It's just a 1-hour drive, and then literally 5 minutes across by boat to the island.
I love it.
So,
and you guys have the kava ceremonies and all the Fijian traditional stuff that it's just mind-blowing.
Absolutely.
It really is. I love it.
Absolutely.
Well, I hope we can come out there and visit you despite our conversation. And I'm having trouble pronouncing the name of the resort. I still would like to come if you'll have us. Okay?
Yes, you're welcome anytime, Greg. Thank you so much.
There you go. See, she's nice.
Nukumbati.
Yeah, we'll go with that. All right, more coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer, and Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Taric is the best, most intuitive, and reliable wristwatch-sized dive computer on the market. Check it out in the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures Adventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explore Adventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit exploreadventures.com. That's exploreadventures.com.
Scuba action star Mike Scott is back in a new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys, Reefs Under Pressure. From author Eric Douglas comes the one that started it all. Listen as Mike deals with submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface.
Download Cayman Cowboys or Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, and audible.com.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You are now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
I used to watch you at the Improv when I was starting out. Things you made me laugh so hard because I had just started learning to scuba dive. You did that bit about scuba diving and how the whole point of the sport is not to dive.
There's a fish, there's a rock, who cares? Don't dive.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master.
Yeah!
Wow, okay.
Sorry, I got a little excited.
Yeah, you're a little over
Enthusiastic.
energetic there. You scared me.
Nukabati.
Yeah, Nukabati. Yeah, we got to thank Laura for
Thank you,
tolerating
Laura.
our nonsense.
Thank you.
And the fact that I was having so much trouble pronouncing it properly.
She was very kind.
But here's the thing. I didn't want to confuse everyone because, you know, she was putting that Fijian accent on it and adding like an M to Nukambati. But it's really Nukabati is how you would just phonetically say it. So NUKUBATI.com.
Nukubati.
Yes. But she was saying Nukambati, right?
I heard an M in the middle.
Yeah, me too. And that would be a Fijian kind of spin, you know, accent kind of thing. And it's fine, but I want to make sure everybody knows how to how
If
to
you
find
don't
them
remember,
online.
just call up Craig and go, what was that Fiji thing again?
Nuko, baby.
Jerry, you find it at nukambati.com. Nukambati.com, or you go to FijiAirways.com and you can look it up on their website, Nukambati. Yeah, that's how they say it.
They got sharks.
They got everything.
Dude, I want to go. That was a lot of sharks.
Oh, I tell you what, just the picture behind her on the video. Did you see that?
I did.
And if you go to their website,
I was flashing back to last year.
Yeah. I mean, it's, there's not a bad place to go in Fiji. They're all like just world-class resorts, and the people like.
I mean, the van rides are interesting.
What do you mean?
They're interesting.
Well, they can be, depending on.
But it's
where you
worth
have
it
go.
to get where you're going.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we had a little bit of an adventure. They just added, to the fun.
Yeah, it wasn't
aspect.
bad.
Yeah, but it is fairly easy to get to. And Fiji Airways, by the way, they won some big awards for, a relatively small, island
fleet.
Yeah, I mean they won they're in top 10 world class.
I believe it, man.
Of Pacific carriers, and we experienced world-class service.
Oh man,
unbelievable!
Spoiled rotten.
They put us to shame here in the States when it comes to air travel. So check them out, FijiAirways.com, which, by the way, I think they're running some really great deals right now too on airfare. So if you're looking for a place to go, Fiji would definitely be one we would recommend quite a bit. And matter of fact, the DEMA show is coming up in the middle of November in New Orleans, just about a month and a half away now. And we're going to be doing a bunch of stuff with Fiji, giving away. I think we're going to be giving away some trips with airfare. Nice. So, and that's just the tip of the iceberg.
What day does that start?
I want to say like November 14th or something like that, 12th or whatever.
But what day of the week?
Oh, it's a Tuesday through Friday.
Tuesday.
in New
Okay,
Orleans.
cool. So I get 2 full days.
So it's going to be a massive show this year. First time it's been in New Orleans.
I
in
guarantee.
15 years. And it's going to be massive. Now, we're getting all our ducks in a row with all the prizes. And I can tell you right now, where we stand today, a month and a half out, we are going to have more prizes to give away for the morning ceremonies, the opening ceremonies of the show that Scuba Radio is hosting each morning, right before 10 o'clock when it opens, than we have ever done in the history of Scuba Radio, 26 years.
No way. Really? Are you serious?
Because,
dude, last year you had a ton.
Right.
And the year before that, you had a ton.
Correct.
I mean, it's always growing. I mean, when you tell me, he tells me off the air, we got this, and this to give away. I'm like, oh, my God.
Right. It's
that's awesome.
It really is going to be.
I mean, trips, multiple trips.
Lots of different trips. I mean, we got a ton of stuff to give away this year. We have some equipment to give away. Next, underwater products. You're going to hear about them here, I believe, as early as next week. Regulator I was diving with in the Turks and Caicos. I think we're going to have some of those to give away. I mean, it's just nuts. Shearwater dive equipment as usual. Explorer Ventures liveaboards as usual. But beyond that, I mean, we really got a lot of extra stuff to give away this year. I don't know what's going on. If it's just because, it's New Orleans and it hasn't happened there in so many years. All our Scuba Radio supporters and sponsors are hitting me up going, Greg, can we do this? We want to give away this and that. And I'm like, okay. So it's going to be like Christmas in November for some people in New Orleans at the DEMA show. So do not be late for the show. Matter of fact, this Tuesday, okay, that's enough. Enough about New Orleans. This Tuesday, the online seminars start, and the DEMA organization has recruited myself and my buddy Tech Clark to host some online seminars.
Dick Clark?
Don't make me smack you. So they've recruited us to MC some online seminars to make your dive business better. We have some special speakers, and Tech and I will help manage those online sessions that start this Tuesday.
Wait a minute.
Go to DEMA.org. You can find out all about it. But basically, if you sign up and you're a DEMA member, you can get access to these seminars on how to make your dive business better with these different speakers that they have lined up every Tuesday and Wednesday leading up to the DEMA show through the month of October. All right, Casey, now ask your dumb question.
Well, I understand you are on the program to deliver the topic of improving your business.
I am the MC. I will be hosting the online seminars.
But what I'm saying is you need us to help you.
No, that is incorrect.
No,
that is incorrect.
No, without us, your business would be.
No. We'll call you.
Yeah, we'll call you. Okay. No, they've hired in some big guns. Some motivational speaker folks and people that specialize in retail layout and, how to make your social media better for, if you're a dive shop and that kind of thing. All kinds of different speakers.
Well, maybe
that the
you
DEMA
should
organization
expose us to that. Then we could definitely help you, Greg.
I know better.
No one's exposing anything.
Exactly. Thank you.
Oh, I need to be exposed.
Okay, that's enough
I
out
don't
of
think
you.
so.
The only person part of this crowd worth being exposed might be Mermaid Kelly, and she's with us right now, but
Kelly.
She has class, and the guys can dream, but that's about as close as they're going to get.
Sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Well, okay, that's fine. But Kelly's going to join us, I believe, in New Orleans. Well, no, actually, she has a prior commitment. I'm getting her mixed up with the other mermaids. Hey, they all look the same. No, they don't. But we are gonna have mermaids.
When your mask fogs up, that is the case.
Okay, well, see, it can happen. But how are you doing, Kelly? Things good? This is the first time we've seen you since the Turks and Caicos, right?
Yeah, I've been so busy. I've been traveling the world. Right after that, I flew to London and France.
And then she saw who's underpants.
Naked ladies
dance. Oh, quiet. No, that's not right. It's underpants.
No, it's not.
Okay, we'll find out next. Stay close.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Scuba Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Hola, I am Sunny from Paradise Tavini. I work here as a waiter and also as spa therapy. You are listening to Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am also the official masseuse for the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad. And by the way, Jerry the diver guy has the juiciest butt cheeks I've come across in years. Oh, Jerry, I will never be the same.
Wow. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, CJ Bubble Boy in the studio with me, and Jerry the Diver Guy, or a.k.a. Juicy Butt.
I predict that will go down as one of the all-time great stories of Scuba Radio.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
The time when
Juicy Butt Turtle Slut
got his first massage.
From a man.
Yes, it was that too. And it was that look on his face. Priceless memories is what those were, for sure. And, probably was blocked out on his behalf. But moving on to other things, because less disturbing, is I want to get this out because, we're planning all the stuff we got set up for the DEMA show in November for in New Orleans. And I have just...
Tell the people that don't know, maybe a first-time listener, what DEMA stands for.
Oh, Diving Equipment and Marketing Association.
Thank you.
All right, so it's the big trade organization for the dive industry worldwide. Big event. About 10,000 people come from all over the world that have dive shops and destinations and equipment, and you name it. If you're part of the industry, you're usually at this show. It's trade only, so you got to be in the industry to attend or work for a dive business. So we've been doing that show.
Radio show.
Yeah, right. And right. Now, we do quite a bit. We give away a ton of stuff at the show for all the people that show up and have fun. And we try to give you a little backstage pass to the show as we do our broadcast from the event that week. And we also, debut some new stuff. Now, I have, by popular demand from the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad, I'm here to announce officially we have just ordered a fresh batch of Scuba Radio stickers, and we're finally going to replenish our stash because the only one who has stickers right now is Barry the Bugger, and he's been trying to sell them for like $100 or so a piece on eBay.
No, you guys keep hitting me up
That's
for my
horribly
last,
misguided.
Yes.
stickers.
That's incorrect. I have the only stickers left. Barry sent them to me.
Well, you guys try to
Hoarder.
Get what you can out of them because some new ones have been ordered, and we'll have them in a few weeks. And we also have some new Scuba Radio hats that are in production that I think are going to be quite unique, and they're going to surprise you guys. I think you're going to want them. And
Buy
that's all
one.
I'm going to say.
Or
for
become
that.
a nerd.
That's
no,
right.
stay a loser.
Stay
yeah.
loose. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he doesn't even know.
I don't.
Shut up, Barry!
Shut up, Barry.
Shut up, Barry.
Okay, there it is.
Shut up,
All right, that's enough.
Go
That's
ahead,
enough.
Kelly, you can do it too.
No, I will not hear this. Then, we got a few other surprises. Now, there was a new product I came across from a friend of mine. Actually, we play the Tiki Toss game at these events. You've
Very
seen us out and
popular.
about.
Very popular.
Based on the original Bimini Ring game. You have the ring on the string and Tiki Toss. You can check it out online. Just Google it. And
I
you get
think
everything you need.
the words you were using for the prize where you said ring on a string, ding, ding, ding.
No, it's Tiki Toss.
Ring on a string, ding, ding, ding.
No, that's not accurate. But regardless, the guy who does the Tiki Toss games, he said, hey, I have a friend who's come up with a product that I think you need to be aware of that maybe you can, work with them on. And so he connected me with this lady who has created a product called the Wet Shoot, like wetsuit, Wet Shoot, CHUTE. All right. Now, the reason this is unique, it's made out of parachute material. All right. And they, repurposed old parachutes and turned them into a product that initially surfers out on the West Coast were using quite a bit. And it's basically like a little bag made out of this parachute material. And you stick your foot in it and put your wetsuit on because it makes, getting in and out of your wetsuit very, very fast, because that's the problem. When you stick your foot in the, in the legs of your wetsuit, and you gotta, stretch and pull, and you do the crappy dance and all this stuff. But if you put your foot in one of these wetsuit things first, it'll slip right on real quick. And so
it's just less friction.
Exactly. It makes your
Genius.
foot and your appendages much slipperier, so they can slip right into your wetsuit very fast and efficiently. So it's one of those ideas that I was like, golly, I wish I would have thought of that. Because it's really just a bag made out of parachute material called the Wet Shoot. And
you must have tested it. It must work.
Well, yeah. Like I said, she was.
Have you tried it?
I have.
Are they scented?
I don't know. I did not smell it.
Scented.
Yeah, it would help get that.
It smells like parachute.
This one here is Georgia Peaches.
Yeah. So anyway, they came up with this idea, and I had a chat with them, and they may do some with our logo on them. We'll see for the DEMA show. But check it out. Wet Shoot is the name of the product. Just Google it. It might be Wet Shoot.
Should you get two, one for each foot?
You could. I don't know that you have to.
And you don't have to. I guess you go one at a time.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, it's about the proper size. Like, you could put your dive mask in it and have it multi-purpose.
After you just had your foot in it?
Well, yeah. It's just your foot. Is your foot that bad?
It depends on when you catch me.
Well,
if I'm walking around barefoot all day, it's going to be nasty.
Well, toe fungus. I don't think it's an issue. I don't think there's anything that attaches biologically to the parachute material, CJ. I think you're good. But anyway, check it out, and we may have some of those.
What if you stepped in some dog crap accidentally?
Well, first off, you wouldn't do that. If you had your mask in your dive bag, you would take it out of the.
I would have poop on my mask.
Take the mask out of the bag that you're going to use, and then if you stepped in something, it would happen after you had your mask in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See? Really? I had to explain that. Anyway, check it out. I think it's a pretty cool idea.
Sounds like a superior product.
Well, it could be.
That I can't wait to use.
Well, I actually have an extra one. Would you like one?
Absolutely.
No, you're not getting one. I'm going to give it to
You
probably
son of a
Kelly,
bitch.
Bubble Boy, Jerry, Barry, or Casey, or Vinny. Everyone but you, because you're being an ass. Anyway, moving on. That's
Just
one of
trying
the
to come
things.
up with scenarios.
Yeah, actually, Vinny Two Tanks is out there where they came up with this idea out on the left coast. Have you ever seen the Wet Shoot? Is that a new product idea to you too, Vinny, or no?
Yeah, I think it's. I've never heard of anything like this before.
You like it? Like the idea?
It sounds too corny to me.
Corny? What do you mean corny? It makes it fast and efficient to put your wetsuit on.
I think the word he was groping for was revolutionary.
Right. I think it was too. Jerry?
He was thinking about the corn in the poo or something.
No, okay.
Going in the pool.
No, that idea is actually a pretty good idea. I agree with it. Yeah.
Okay.
Why do we keep
That is
going
a great
back to
idea.
poo?
He's flipped.
It's actually a really good idea to keep plastic bags out of the ocean because back in the day, people used to put plastic bags on their feet to help them get into their wetsuit.
Right.
Yeah,
then
like
they
Wonder,
lose them.
like Wonder Bread.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I
they
think
would
this-
go away. And
Back
then
in the day. How far back in the day are we
day.
going?
Well, my dad was born in the
Tuesday.
40s, and he used to do it. So
Yeah,
Okay,
Casey.
I think
Yeah.
Miss Kelly's going to be selling these soon.
Yeah,
I don't think
maybe.
we
She
even
will-
had
she will
plastic
do it.
bags.
All right, that's
before.
enough.
Greg's gonna be selling them.
I'm
That's
hearing
what's
too many
happening.
of their voices. And I'm
I
just
hear you.
sick of it. I am totally sick. No, I kid. No, we've got to talk more with Kelly, and I don't know. She probably didn't even hear about our latest movie premiere of Die Harder.
How could she?
Yeah, maybe we got to play that again for Kelly and everyone else. Catch her up with the rest of the class. It's coming up next. Stay close to the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio,
Scuba Radio.
the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
I would like to extend to you an invitation to the party.
We're gonna have some fun without a doubt. At the party, Scuba party. Now don't stay behind. Don't get left out. At the party, Scuba party. Now the Scuba party is here and it's here to stay. At the party, Scuba party. If you want some fun, that's the only way. At the party, Scuba party. We're gonna dive in and swim all about, move around just like the truck. Now at the party, a big party.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, CJ, and Bubble Boy in the studio with me. Connected via the web, Scuba Radio, Scuba Squad, Casey the Tobacco Nut, Jerry the Diver Guy, Barry the Bugger, Vinny Two Tanks, Mermaid Kelly, who was a little late to the scuba party today, but that's fine. We want to bring her up to speed with everyone else because we're probably going to need her assistance. There's going to be a lot of parts in these movie productions that we have in the works. Now, last week it was Dive Hard, which should be out, just in time for the holidays. And part 2 in the trilogy released today, the trailer for it. Dive Hard Part 2, Dive Harder. And, it goes something like this.
From Scuba Radio Studios comes the never-anticipated blockbuster of the fall, Dive Hard 2, Dive Harder. I'm back. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
This is me, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I just said that.
In case you forget, I will be checking back with you.
And also starring Cock Johnson.
Arnold, what do you want? Come on, do the thing we practiced.
Who is my daddy, and what does he do?
Cock Johnson's my name.
Give me a break.
And diving's my game.
You idiot!
This coming from Gonad the librarian.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Okay.
I want to know what's going on, and I want to know right now.
Well, it's like this, Arnie. Our buddy's missing.
Why?
He took off from the flag, and now we have to find him.
I can be bothered with that.
Come on, Terminator. Don't be an ass.
Why not?
We need your help with the search for a dive buddy.
Who is it this time?
Jerry the diver guy.
Jamie?
No, Jerry. His name is Jerry.
Say it again.
Jerry! Look, we need to start looking.
In approximately 1 hour.
What?
1 night.
Well, hopefully it won't take all night.
1 second.
Are you messing with me?
Yes!
Okay, come on, let's get geared up.
Wait. Hold on.
What now?
My sunglasses were damaged.
Who gives a crap about your sunglasses?
Bastard.
We need to find Jerry.
Stop whining.
You big dumbass. Stop screwing around.
You think I'm funny, huh? You think I'm funny?
No. It's just we need to get in the water.
Absolutely. This time you can count on me.
Hey guys, I surfaced
early because I had to hit the head.
You are disgusting.
Well, y'all know how it is. All you can eat chimichangas last night.
I really appreciate your honesty.
Yeah, I hear you. Some people think it's funny, but...
Don't be ridiculous.
Anyway, who's hungry?
I'm hungry.
Well, where do y'all want to eat at?
Miami.
Or I could cook up a few of these lobster tails.
You should not drink and bake.
It's fine. I do it all the time.
You drunk bitch.
I prefer the term refreshments.
You lack discipline.
Well, you lack a brain.
Guys, come on, don't fight.
Oh, you want to with me? You're a choir boy compared to me. A choir boy.
Who you calling a choir boy? Anyway, let's eat. My stomach's rumbling.
But I hope you leave enough room for my fist because I'm going to ram it into your stomach and break your damn spine.
Arnold, that's not nice. What do you say to Jerry?
I'm sorry.
That's better. Where are we going next?
Maybe someplace warm. I need to work on my tan anyway.
Don't miss Dive Hard 2, Dive Harder. Watch for the third movie in the trilogy when Arnold says,
One of us is in deep trouble.
I like it. It's a trilogy we've been working on here for, 2 weeks. And we'll see if we have part 3 ready to release next Saturday. I mean, when you have a good idea, you just got to crank them out. Just like Hollywood.
Run it into the ground.
Run it, flush it right down the crapper.
To a bloody nub.
Yes. It's just what we do. But I'm surprised. It really is catching on. And I think
you're gonna have to come up with some Dive Hard merch.
Maybe. I don't know.
Or maybe a Cock Johnson shirt.
I think that could be in the works.
Made into a movie.
Wait, say that again, Kelly. Mermaid Kelly.
I actually really want that to be made into a movie.
Yeah,
all right, there's one. There's one.
Yeah.
One
no,
ticket.
it could. That was the trailer. And
Pre-order
that's what you
now.
With. All the production has not been finalized yet, but that's how it starts. You put out the trailer, see how the public reacts or regurgitates in this case, and then you decide if you're going to move forward with the entire production. And I think so far the demand has been really amazing.
It's called momentum,
right? And
you're going to call your buddy James Cameron to produce this.
No,
right?
I'm not. I'm going to take full credit if this is successful. He has enough accolades under his belt. He doesn't.
We'll
need
get
more.
it to his people so he can screen him.
Right. So, but yeah, there could be a part in there for you, Mermaid Kelly, in Dive Hard or Dive Harder, or the third one, Dive Harder.
The Reckoning.
I'm in.
Yeah. Okay, she's in. So yeah, we probably do have to come up with another kind of mermaid angle. We already talked about having Jerry the Diver guy dive in the opening scene of Dive Harder.
Well, I mean,
Dive Hard 3.
You can always make it a love story,
Oh, well, okay. So here you go. Jerry the Diver guy and
she's out,
and Mermaid Kelly are a couple. And they go out, and then she meets Jerry on a blind date for the first time. And when she sees him, and says, "Oh hell no!" and bites his head off, kills him instantly.
Your ex-wife. What the hell you expect?
Oh my God,
okay, it writes itself. It writes itself.
You can never go wrong.
Yeah, we could. We've went wrong for the last almost 2 hours.
6 years.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, if this is wrong, I don't want to be right.
Well, you're a glutton for punishment. Masochist, aren't you?
I don't know.
Cock Johnson.
He's neither.
I mean, I tell you, the thing is, the whole platform that we've created for Cock Johnson, it's kind of taken on a life of its own. Cock Johnson
is my name.
Yeah.
And diving is my game.
Okay. See? He has a catchphrase, the whole thing. I mean, I this could be big. Maybe we need to create some special Cock Johnson T-shirts for Dima too. We could do that.
He needs an action hero.
What do you mean? He is an action hero.
No. I mean, like the little doll. He needs his own.
You want to play with dolls?
Figure.
Just because you want to play with dolls.
No. Okay, maybe that's what it is. Maybe we need a Cock Johnson action figure.
Yeah, all the accessories.
Where were we?
Dive tanks,
was that New York?
What, when we...
I think we were in New York, and they have a little shop that will, make you...
Oh, yeah.
Statue.
Duple or something like that.
Greg was actually going to do that.
I was, yes. Because
God, what an ego.
Well, no, I just wanted something for you guys to, remember me by when I wasn't around.
Yeah,
You'd
but
have a
you're
little
always
miniature me.
around.
But we could make a Cock Johnson little action figure.
Something else to sell.
I mean, like you said, merch, and maybe that's the angle that we got to do. Is
a little spear gun, a little knife.
Right.
Yeah, we can get Barry to playing with it. Oh, look
Excuse
at
me?
Barry
All
be
right.
playing with it.
Yeah, okay. I don't know what that means, but I picture
What Barry does below the microphone is none of our business.
What? Okay. All right. Yeah, he keeps holding up Greg
Don't
on a
make it
stick
weird,
and all this
Jerry.
weird stuff. Yeah. Well, too late.
Too
late.
I already have an
Break it
idea
out
for
now.
CJ now.
Uh-oh. You have an idea for CJ,
Do I
you,
not want
Barry?
to hear this?
Uh-oh.
All right. What is it?
Oh, I have enough photos. I can fix this up real quick.
Okay.
What the hell is he
Pretty
talking
soon.
about?
Pretty soon.
He has some kind of shrine
It's
to
not.
Cock Johnson that he's prepared to share with the public or something. It'll probably get him thrown in jail and make you
okay, it's
very
worth it.
uncomfortable when you meet him in person.
Restraining order.
Okay, there we go. We'll end it on those two words for today. Oh, and also these. Remember, gang, it's always better where?
Down where it's wetter.
Where it's wetter.
Safe diving, everyone.
If you want to stay in the know, if you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.